Hi everyone, welcome to the Lockdown Locker Room Chats. I'm Ali B. I am one of the Sport Development Officers that works at the University of Chester, and I am joined today by Ali C, who is the Sports Development Coordinator at the University of Chester. Today we're just going to have a chat about coaching and session development. So the first question I have for you, Ali, is can you explain a bit more about your role within the AU and what you do on a day-to-day basis?
As you mentioned, I am the Sport Development Coordinator, so I oversee everything sport really. Oversee all the books, fixtures, any events we have on, any planning we do within the AU, work with all the committee members. So my job's quite wide range really.
Quite broad.
Quite broad, very broad I'd say, very broad.
Lots of different projects on the go.
Yep.
Aside from your role within Sport and Active Lifestyle, how else are you involved in sport, like outside of work?
It's a very good question.
It is a good question.
It's a good question. I have played sports longer than probably all the students have been born. I started playing sport in my teens and I still play now. I play hockey for Oxton Hockey Club and I play cricket for Chester Boughton Hall. Alongside that, I also coach at the hockey club and I also coach cricket for Cheshire under 15 girls. And I also umpire hockey, so yeah, you could say I'm involved in sport.
And how long have you been involved in coaching specifically?
Oh, probably 5-6 years now. I had quite a serious knee injury 5-6 years ago, and that's when I decided to stay involved because I couldn't play at all. I had 2 years out, so that's when I did both coaching qualifications.
And from your experience over the last 5 or 6 years, what do you think the top 3 qualities that are essential to being a good coach are?
Good coach.
Just top 3, good coach, yeah.
Top 3. Oh. I think you need to gain respect. So that's the first one. Whoever you're coaching, whatever age. Obviously, I coach a lot of kids, but I also coach adults. Because I forgot to mention, I also coach the hockey here as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, hockey girls. I've forgotten about you. I think you need to be a good listener. Obviously, if you're taking the sessions, you also need to listen to what the players, what the competitors want. And I think the last one would be adaptability, because you can have the session plan laid out, but all laid out plans can go up the swanning, shall we say, to be polite. So I think that adaptability and be able to change things on the spot. Yeah.
Okay. Can you give any advice to AU members on how to manage the coach-athlete relationship and how to work effectively with the coaches that they have?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting relationship as a coach and the clubs. I think you can look at it 2 ways. It's either run by the committee or the captain and the coach doesn't have a lot of input, or you can spin it round and it can be coach-led. Basketball is one of our strongest sports here and I believe they are coach-led. So the coach leads all sessions, leads the players, selects the teams. We are here to help the AU members, all the clubs, if they are wanting help with how to run and manage their coaches.
Yeah. And where do you think you draw that line between particularly yourself being like a member of staff, but you're also a coach, and obviously you're involved with them and you want to get on with them, and how do you think you draw the line between being a coach and being part of the team and being a friend as well at the same time?
It's a hard line to find. I think you need to be friendly, but not necessarily their friends. I think that's the way to go about it. If you want to gain their respect, you can't be out socialising with them. You know, you can have the odd drink with them, but you can't be out socialising with them, I'd say.
And the respect goes both ways.
Respect goes both ways, yeah. And I like to think all the teams I coach, I've got respect both ways. I respect all my players, and hopefully they respect me.
For our AU clubs who don't have a coach, because there are some clubs who don't, what can the lead committee members do to develop their own coaching and leadership, and how can we as a team support them to do that?
As I say, we are here not just to support the teams in organising fixtures, organising travel, buying equipment for them. We're here to help them develop their clubs as well. If they are looking for coaches and they can't find one, we can put calls out, we can work with the NGBs, try and find them coaches. If they haven't got coaches, there is plenty of session plans out there for all the different sports and things, all the different clubs. We can point them in that way, point them towards the resources that are out there for them.
Yeah, and we're also working on a project at the moment around leadership, aren't we, and how we can help committee members develop their leadership skills. So watch out for that coming soon. How important do you think it is for clubs to have session plans, like you've just mentioned, and to have collective goals to work towards together?
I think it's very important, certainly if they want to succeed. They all need to be singing off the same hymn sheet, so whether it's the club captain, whether it's the team captain, whether it's the coach who sets those goals at the start of the season. And then they all need to sign in, they all need to want to succeed in what their goal setting is.
Yeah.
So even if it's win 2 games a season, if they won how many games the previous season, they just want to win 2 games, everyone needs to buy in to win those 2 games. If it's they want to finish top of the league, they need to train hard, on and off the pitch, and they all need to buy in.
So given the current situation, how can we as the AU help clubs develop and plan sessions to keep their members coming back when the competition structure is currently quite unpredictable?
We are still hopeful that some competition will take place
Yeah.
after Christmas.
Yeah.
We haven't had a no from books yet, so we are hopeful. Some sports, if not all, will be going into competition. If not, we are planning on having maybe some inter-club fixtures. We are planning a super team event that can go across all teams, all clubs. And there's nothing to stop teams doing things virtually. I know dance are doing some things virtually where they have competitions. Can they set themselves challenges that can be done in the home? There's still plenty that they can do if they're not in competition.
And we are very aware that teams are just training at the moment without a goal to work towards, so we are trying to put some things in place, especially going into next term, for everybody to be involved in. As a coach, how can our AU teams balance their skill-based training with their fitness-based training?
It's a very, very good question, that one. I believe that training isn't all about kicking a ball, hitting a ball, passing a ball. You need to get a balance of fitness as well as those sport-specific skills. The AU is part of wider sport and active lifestyle. We have fitness instructors that are available for team strengthening sessions if they want. They will do them programmes. There's also the swimming pool where they can cross-train in the swimming pool as well, obviously when facilities open again, which hopefully will be next week, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Fitness is a big part of playing sport, and if they want to succeed and get into high leagues, they need to maintain their fitness, like I say, which isn't just about hitting, dribbling, passing, shooting a ball. They've got to work on their overall fitness. It's cross-training.
Yeah, and I think it's a really good point that we are within the wider Department of Sport and Active Lifestyle, and there are ways that we can support clubs with their fitness. People might not know about that. So it's just about having a conversation and approaching whether your lead staff member is within the AU and just saying to them, look, we want to develop that. Can you give us some ideas of what we can do? How can the AU and our committees work together more effectively with our club coaches? Do you think this is sort of about the chain of communication between the three?
Yeah, I'd say that is something the AU needs to develop over the next few years. We haven't got many coaches in place this year for obvious reasons. We're still uncertain whether there's going to be competition. I think there does need to be a 3-way conversation between the AU teams and the coaches. There are some clubs that we don't even know who the coaches are, and that's our problem. And that's our problem to solve, and we will over the next 12 months or so. Like I say, it needs to be a buy-in from all angles. the AU are there to support the teams as much as the coaches are there to support the teams. So we all need to work together.
And do you think our highest performing teams, there is that relationship's already there between the AU, the coaches and the committee members?
Yes.
Yeah.
There has to be for it to be successful. Yeah.
Fab. The final question, as we approach 2021, from a coach's perspective, what is the number one piece of advice you would give our clubs?
Number one.
Number one piece of advice.
Work them hard to reap the benefits.
Work them hard to reap the benefits. Is that because this is a good time to lay down, baseline skills and fitness?
Yeah, I think so. 2020 is a year that will never be seen again, and hopefully 2021 will be back to normal, whatever normal will be. And I think it's a good place to start again. And maybe the clubs will have missed the competitiveness and the proper training. So let's start again. Let's go and win some games.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us.